What's up, everybody? This is Richie from Joe and Richie bringing you the latest Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 12, titled The Key. Yes, it's another wonderful episode, folks. Joe couldn't be with us today because, well, Joe is rummaging through his couch cushions, trying to find whatever change he can so he can purchase some Avengers Infinity War ticket. Oh man, that movie's looking so sweet. I can't wait for that movie to come out. So here we are, another Sunday, another Walking Dead episode, and well, not much has happened in this episode. Sure, there was some conflict. Sure, some people butted heads. Sure. I don't think anybody died. Nope. Nobody died in this episode today. Huh, what a bummer. If you were just tuning in, please hit the subscribe button down below. We would greatly appreciate it. We start off at the Savior compound, and then it's just pretty much a gore fest. So any of you gore hounds out there are going to be enjoying this start of the episode because, well, they're just covering their knives, their spears, whatever sticks and blunt weapons they have, all in zombie gore, which I still find ridiculous because I guess Negan and the entire Savior compound doesn't know that everybody's infected. I guess this is what led Rick and his group to continue to survive through everything they've been through, is the fact that they know that they're already infected. So what's there to lose, I guess? They could keep on going. They don't have to worry about getting dirt or grime on them. So this whole idea of Negan having everyone cover their weapons so that, they can infect them just by giving them a little scratch and then turn them into zombies, I don't know. I think that's a really silly idea. But then again, Negan doesn't know. So I guess this goes into his whole play of striking fear into people so they could submit. But honestly, it's not going to work this time. I find it just silly. I mean, it's just silly. And of course, after they get all their weapons covered in gore from the walkers, they head out to the hilltop. And honestly, the most entertainment I had in this episode was watching Simon and Dwight just have a conversation with one another. And the more I watch Simon, the more I find him as an entertaining character compared to Negan. I'm at the point in the series, I don't know about you guys, maybe you guys feel the same way, but I feel like Simon has surpassed Negan as a bad guy. There's been plenty of moments in the series where Negan is like, well, maybe he has some good in him, maybe not. He's trying to, I don't want to say good, but more of a fair person. So he's like, you don't mess up with my shit, I won't mess up with yours. You give me half of your stuff, we will protect you. Sure, maybe some of my people will bully you, but so what, I'm a fair guy. Simon, he's just, if you don't listen, we're gonna get rid of you. And I feel like that's a more clear-cut villain. And other than his fantastic mustache, I just feel like he brings way more to the table. And the conversations he's been having with Dwight on the way to the hilltop, and then even after, Rick doing his little Fast and Furious and knocking Negan off the road, and of course Simon telling Dwight, hey, let's go try to find Negan, and they're having a conversation of saying, you know what, do we even need Negan? Come on, don't you want to kill Negan, Dwight? Don't you? Hasn't he taken everything from you? And of course Dwight responds with, well, only half my face and my wife. So of course they both want Negan gone, but, well, Dwight wants Negan gone because, well, all that he's done to him, and Simon wants Negan gone because Simon just wants the power. Simon feels like he's a better ruler, and I agree. I do think Simon is a way better leader than Negan. And of course, I find what's interesting in the beginning of the episode, pretty much when Simon and Dwight team up to ride together to the hilltop, is that Simon was pretty much, other than hinting at he wants to get rid of Negan, he's just hinting at that they're done. They should just be finished with the hilltop. The Alexandrians, Rick, all those people, forget them. We lost enough. Let's just move on to another area so we can find a community that thinks they're safe, and we'll have them giving half their goods to us. And it's a valid strategy. I mean, why are you going to keep dealing with people who obviously don't want to submit? They're going to keep fighting you. Go find someone else. Go find other people who are just going to submit and give you half their stuff and do your bidding. Simon's right in this. Negan, he's just stuck on his whole, I gotta save everybody, even if that's giving them 10 chances. So, another point for Simon in this, honestly. On a side note, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but has this episode been more grainy? Like this shot where it was Daryl and Rick at the graveyard in the hilltop, it just looked way too grainy. It's kind of like they pushed the film stock way too much on purpose. even. And there's other shots later on in the episode where it looks like, I don't know, it was just a little too much grain. And sure, it's fantastic that they shoot on 16mm film. It gives it more grit, it gives it more substance, which is awesome. But I was at Comic-Con and they were showing the first footage of Walking Dead that's gonna be premiering months later. It was awesome, it looked awesome, but I don't know, maybe it was the director or the cinematographer for this episode, but they definitely took that footage, underexposed it, more than it should be, and pushed it way too much, and that just gave it just way too much grain. I felt like it was a little too distracting, in my opinion. So other than the discussions that Dwight and Simon were having with one another in this episode, there's only been really two other things that have been happening in this episode, and I guess I'll get with like the least exciting one out of the two, and that is Maggie, Michonne, Rosita, Eden meeting up with this van to do a trade, and I don't know about you guys, but this character, the main female speaking in this, Georgita, I believe she was called. She had two bodyguards behind her, one male, one female, and they both had black sunglasses on, and I don't know what it is, but they look like the architect from the Matrix series, as well as the two blonde hitman assassin people. The albino twins. Yes, the albino twins. I mean, granted, they weren't male in the Walking Dead episode, but they look exactly like that. So, other than that fun, maybe Easter egg, supposedly, I don't know, maybe that director worked on the Matrix series in some capacity. I don't know, but that trade was kind of boring. What was left off in the end is that Maggie showed sympathy towards the people. They didn't take their stuff, and they gave them some music, and in return they gave them Georgia gave a book, which is pretty much knowledge on how to build windmills, how to build silos, how to refine grain, all the things you kind of use, to help rebuild civilization. And I guess the one thing you could lead off with that is that it is kind of interesting in that she is trying to save people by giving them knowledge so they could, develop their communities, as opposed to Negan, who tries to save people through domination and submission. So, two different ways of leading people, and I mean, I guess we'll see how this goes, but it's clear that empowering people with knowledge is the way to go, and not making them go into submission. Yeah! And the last bit that pretty much happened in this episode is Nick and Negan duking it out in an abandoned warehouse. A good portion of that was back and forth, tit for tat kind of deal, where Negan says, "You failed these people, you failed your son, blah blah blah," and Rick is like, "I'm gonna kill you because you know what, you're a bad guy, you're gonna have it coming, no one's coming to save you." It's been going back and forth like that, and there's been one fine moment in that part where Negan was trying to find Lucille, and because he fell from this is ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. So when Rick was chasing Negan in the abandoned warehouse, Negan was on the top flight of the stairs, Rick was on the bottom. Rick ran out of bullets. Negan said, "Well, you ran out of bullets. Ha ha ha. What are you gonna do?" Rick takes out an axe and pretty much chucks it right at Negan. Negan does like a roll dodge. Did he do a barrel roll? No, not really so much a barrel roll. But he just rolls away and just rolled right through the banister and just fell down into what is the basement. I don't know. That whole scene just seemed hilarious. So we get to a part where Rick finds Negan's bat, which is great because Negan was hurt and he wanted to find that bat. Rick sets the bat on fire, and oh boy, the look on Negan's face was priceless. I mean, that is pretty much his love right there. So it was a fun exchange. Rick pretty much burning the thing that he loves, and you failed in that respect, and Negan throwing it back at him, saying, "Well, you failed your son and you failed your community." So these two guys just need to get a room, work some things out. Ridiculous. Yes, it was pretty cool that Rick was just lighting zombies on fire from that flame engulfed Lucille. That was really neat. I like that. It was like an interesting Coliseum battle. But instead of lions, it's just walkers around, and the walkers are on fire, and those two are just fighting one another. Negan escapes. Rick couldn't find him. And where's Negan? Well, it seems like Jadis has found Negan. They're in the same car driving wherever. So I guess we'll see what happens in the next episode. Well, that wraps up that episode. I guess it was pretty entertaining. There was some good moments. I'm pretty sure that Simon's gonna play a much bigger role now that he's leading the Saviors, and man, he's definitely going to be way more ruthless than Negan. That's for sure. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about you guys. If you think that's going to be awesome, leave a comment down below. Do you guys think that Simon's way better than Negan? Do you think he's way more ruthless? Do you think he will be a better leader than Negan? I think he would. So let me know what your thoughts are. If you guys like this episode, please hit the like button down below. Do also hit the subscribe button. Yes, we will love to subscribe. Anywho guys, thank you for watching. This is Richie. Until next time. Bye-bye. I don't know which way to do it. You got a little jiggle over here. This is not good. I gotta work this out.